Oh, Emma, 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 Emma.
Please welcome back Emma Willmann.
Oh, Emma.
You're Emma.
Oh, okay, Emma.
Here we go. Let's get crazy.
Oh, Emma.
This is my good buddy, Hannah Berner. Hannah, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Emma.
Absolutely. You look
I
great.
feel like we're on CNN.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Look at that. What do you know about that? Have you ever
I'm
worn one of
intimidated
these?
by you.
Have you
No,
ever
but you
worn?
look like you're about to like crash into a moon or something.
I have one of the moons is coming. I have one of those, it's like a gaming, you're as good at, I was about to say geography as I am, that we think that there's more than one moon. I was like, what moon is it? It's a gaming headset. Oh no, you froze. Can you see me? Oh, there you are. Yeah, it's a gaming headset. So my girlfriend's
Oh shoot! Okay.
brother, my girlfriend's brother, who I keep saying my sister's brother, but my girlfriend's brother is a gamer, and he has this headset that does,
Yeah, it's
they can like
badass.
communicate, you know.
He's definitely gotten to like full-on fights with 11-year-olds. But then again, I'm on TikTok getting crushes on 11-year-olds right now. So
Every time I try to download
Fuck.
TikTok, my phone freezes. Why is that? I've tried 6 times, Hannah. I saw a video you did, and there was an effect on it. I loved it. Like, you stood, and then you moved, and then you were still there. Yeah, that was fucking cool.
I was very anti-TikTok. I had like a whole bit about it, how I felt like all the different like
the
dance moves they're doing, or like a language, and they're
Yep.
like conspiring against us, and these
Yep.
are like violent moves also, so we should be scared.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
then
It is
in
very
quarantine,
it is very
Violent.
communicate. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
And we don't know. And they had a whole
There, I just recorded. So it cut out right when you were saying they were violent.
Oh yeah. Did I talk about the Hype House yet?
Nope. I've heard of the Hype House, though. That's where Logan Paul is.
So Logan Paul was the YouTube guy who created this whole business with these little 14-year-olds
Right.
making viral YouTubes. So Hype House is the TikTok version inspired by Logan Paul's stuff.
Okay.
I've had too much time on my hands. But I'm thinking these kids are learning all these violent languages to like overtake the government, which might be a good idea. And all the top TikTokers with the biggest followings are being put in a house together. Is how like cults are formed. ISIS, like we need to watch out. So I hated TikTok, but then it just brings this childlike side to me, where like you can just create this stupid, quick little videos. And I know a lot of comedians are like, oh, fucking TikTok, it's so
Why
stupid.
is that? Why is that? Because I actually was doing that too, but is it because we're like afraid of something new? Like what's the deal?
It's because 13-year-olds are better than us at it.
Yeah.
And we like to have an ego and be like, we know funny.
Right.
But these kids are doing funny, quick stuff.
I know
with,
some
like,
of that
music.
shit is really funny. Did you
And
freeze?
I said to Andrew Collin, I was like, have you seen? I said, Andrew, do some of these funny like lip syncs, and he goes, no, I just do it to make fun of it. I go, tell yourself whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever you need to do. Is he doing it? Is he on TikTok?
He did a couple, but he said it was making fun of it. And I'm like, looks like you just did a TikTok dance to me, but.
That's how it all starts. That's how it all starts.
It brings me joy. I'm not doing it for respect in the comedy community. No one's sharing it around saying, damn, have you seen the work Hannah's been doing?
I pish posh to that. Maybe I'll get on it. I think I just hadn't been doing it. I'm not very good. I'm not very coordinated.
No, I don't. Okay, I never was called a bad dancer, but I was never called a good dancer. So I never tried the TikTok dances because I was like, that's not my brand.
Right.
But I could do it. And then I tried it last night and I realized, wow, I'm a bad dancer.
Fuck. I thought
You know,
were
in your
saying
head,
you
you're like, I
nailed
can
it.
fucking do that. No,
Yeah,
it
you're
was
like
this weird, this thing, and I couldn't coordinate the leg with the arm spin. And I was like, some people
Were you
are
by
meant for
yourself?
greatness. Yeah, and I kept making myself laugh, imagining someone walking in on me trying
Right.
to.
Yeah, they're like, what would you? Would you rather walk into someone you having sex, or you trying to make some really awkward TikTok video?
I'd rather sex 100. I'd be like, see, mom's getting it.
Are you dating anybody?
I am very single.
Okay.
But I've been in this relationship in this reality show I've been on that's been this long, tedious thing, and the show finally aired, and we've been fighting about what happened over the summer.
That's gotta be so weird to have that proof of what happened, but it's also edited.
Basically, yeah. So it's he'll repeat something that people on Twitter said, like, oh, he's in the same situation she was, like, just like whatever. And I'm like, that's not even what happened. You're listening to like people who don't know what happened.
Right.
And so we've been fighting, and then I was finally like, don't leave me alone. I'm over this. So I've been alone, but then.
Did you guys break up over the summer? How long was the relationship?
It was a very strange relationship.
That's what I say about all my relationships. I want, and anytime someone asks me that question, I just want to play that voice clip of you going, it was a very strange relationship. Yeah.
Ever since my last like serious relationship, which was like 2 years ago, that
right.
like was one of those that shook you to the core, and you were
yes.
like, okay, I need to improve on this. I need to stop going for these kind of guys. I have trauma that I haven't worked on. I do this thing where I'll see people for like 6 months and not care if it's committal and then end it.
I do things for 6 months too, but I don't end it. I just keep it going, and then at about 9 to 12 months, we have a bad breakup.
Well, your life sounds a little more exciting than mine. You're like, I want to end it violently in like 3 years.
I want to end it like the TikTok style of fucking.
Yeah, get in here.
Your way is more considerate because you're not dragging someone along.
Basically, I don't trust, like, when I meet a guy, I love having crushes, so I need to wait. I need to wait to see in 6 months if I actually do like him, and most of the time I don't. So when, you know, guys are like, I'm like, I don't want to date. But dating is seeing someone every day and caring about each other, so we technically are dating, but I don't put the title on it, so when it ends, I don't feel like a divorce.
That sounds like almost a relationship, actually, seeing someone every day. I think of dating as like seeing them like 6 times a month. That's like dating.
I'm just such a monogamous person, and I love having like a best friend, so when I hit it off with someone, I really hit it off, and I can't talk to 7 people at a time. I can only be like on my game for one person.
I totally agree. It's too much. I also can't keep my story straight. Like, I'm like, did I already tell you about when yeah. It's also, we talk a lot as people for work.
Yeah.
So then it's like, more talking.
I realize as I've like met more people in the industry, and as my career's gotten busier, I'm such a worse person to my friends because I don't know who I told what, because I'm getting paid to tell stories on podcasts all day. Does that happen to you?
Does it also make you not want to? I used to always like going out to parties. Now I don't really like going out to parties.
Don't tell me why. I'm loving being alone right now.
Yeah, some parts of me I felt like a real sense of relief about some things.
I got to this place where I felt like no one really wanted, people just wanted to say they were my friend, and a lot of people were just asking me to do stuff a lot.
Right.
And I just felt like inundated with people like, come to this event, go to this party, get coffee with me. And I have social anxiety sometimes.
Do you have a hard time saying no too?
And I have a hard time saying
Me
no.
too.
So it was this emotional trauma of getting attention I didn't wanted. I didn't want it.
I didn't wanted it. I don't wanted that. I get it.
I didn't want it.
You better leave her alone, or leave her alone. I actually really get that also, but when you work really hard to get attention, and then you do get attention, then it's very confusing.
Yeah, like, who am I to be like, I wanted people to know my name, and now they do, and I'm like, don't fucking say my name, bitch.
You wouldn't be the only one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then this came, I guess, at a good time in some ways, because now it gives you a pause. You get to reevaluate stuff. I
love that word, pause. I actually had a speaking of relationships, I had a wild moment last night. I'm actually glad I'm talking to you.
Yeah, please.
Because I feel close to you.
And no judgments here.
No judgment. So
I'm glad you're not with that. I'm not glad you're not with whatever the summer guy was, but that fucking sucks that you're having to relive it through TV.
But we were kind of like good and like still like functioning in a way until it aired again, and then I was like, no.
Yeah.
But I've been this is my second season on a reality show, and the first season I think they're really introducing you. They want people to like get on board with you.
Right.
Second season gets a little wild, and I had the last 2 weeks I had an incident that
oh boy,
the way it was played out on TV, I was called like a terrible human, a huge bitch, someone called me racist.
Oh shit.
Like, I've been so attacked the last 2 weeks online.
Do you guys get to see the episodes before they come out? I'm guessing no.
Like 1 or 2 days, which is not enough mental preparation for me.
So when you saw this, did you know that this was going to be the reaction to the video? Interesting.
I even watched it and I was like, huh. What happened is there was a girl who the new girl that they didn't show her personality much or any interaction she had with the group for like 2 months. Okay. And long story short, we had some issues in terms of like, we thought there was a relationship that was like pretty fake on it. And we don't like new people coming in with fake bullshit. Like
she was trying to have a relationship for the sake of filming.
Yeah. And it's like, it rubbed people the wrong way. And then
it doesn't translate.
Yeah.
People can usually tell.
It's bad for our show in general. And then she basically got into this like kind of drunken altercation with the guy I was seeing where she really crossed the line. And I can't but they didn't show it because they like didn't think it was important for story. So me and her she was the kind of person, like she's insecure in a way that like she wants to be liked really badly. And if I could break down her wall, I feel like she suffers from bad anxiety. And so I feel like I could connect with her, but she was just putting on this like perfect facade and getting involved in like, she was rubbing me the wrong way in a lot of instances. They cut all of it out. And then they showed basically, someone was like, we have to vote this girl or someone else out of the house. It was not my idea. I was not for it. But your job is to give an opinion. And and my story was that I brought this girl in, which meant I met her 3 days before through this guy, Jordan. Right, because they said that we want to have it like this is your friend, so we're gonna, So basically, it was her and this other guy who I've known 4 years, who got kicked out of the house last year, who came in with me. I'm a very like kind of loyal person to people I've known a lot. He got me my first job at Betches. Oh, great. We've had ups and downs. He's like a character, but he's my like crazy little brother. Right. So I said, I think I want Jordan in the house, and this other girl, honestly, I think she tries to be like too hard and she hasn't connected with us. And also, no matter what, you can't kick out the guy that got you your first job that you've known for 4 years. Exactly. Yeah. So then they don't show anyone else who agreed with me. They just showed me and this other guy who like freaked out on her. And then the next day, was she there? No, she wasn't. Because my thing was we were having a conversation. Then this guy yells at her, which was really upsetting to me. So I go to yell at him to be like, dude, why did you yell at her? That wasn't nice. What time of day was this? Is that night? It's a day drinking party, so we're blackout at around 4 p.m. at this point. Been drinking since noon. I was gonna ask if there was booze involved. Of course. I like look at it. I watch it like someone who's never seen it before. I'm like, oh, that was fun. Yeah, there I am. This is all new. I was like, didn't know one of my eyes went like that when I drank too much tequila. So the lights are on and no one's home. Yeah, the things we learn. So she was like crying, and two of the girls were like consoling her, and I was talking to this guy Carl, and one of the girls comes up and was like, she's just naive. And I was like, dude, she's not connecting and she needs to own her shit. I said own her shit as in you've had this bad altercation with this guy, you haven't apologized, like reasons, but no one knows that. So all people saw was this girl brought this girl to the house, said she doesn't connect, and isn't consoling her when she's crying. As though that was the one that was your friend. Yeah. And like, I also don't have any trouble with her. Right. Then we had an apology. Like then one of my friends like threw me under the bus and basically was like, Hannah says that you're not connecting. When literally everyone said that. But I'm going to get in trouble. I can't go in too depth because they'll get really mad at me. Also, saying you're not connecting to me doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world. Have you seen reality shows? What bullying actually is? Well, my dad's been... Yeah, because that to me, actually it's funny you use that phrase because many a time in relationships after the 6-month mark, women will say, I feel like we're not connecting. So when people say that to me, it makes me go, like I've said before, well, we connected yesterday and then today I was in my head, I can't be connected all the time. But I don't think that that's that mean of a thing to say. I don't think you saying someone can't connect is cruel. I think that's like, well, what I also learned is when you say general stuff like that, it could be taken in any way, where instead I want to be like, she did this to this person, and that's why I don't feel connected to her. But that was not played. So I have people, I'm fine, call me an ugly whore, bitch, slut, whatever, but I have people being like, you used to be my favorite. I'm so disappointed in your treatment of other women and the lack of and a couple messages is fine. I probably have gotten about 600 messages.
No.
Yeah, it was bad. But with all those messages, there's 100 positive ones. But like, I've never been so attacked for something that I didn't understand fully. Like, I literally didn't expect it to happen.
Right.
So I was holding it in because I'm tough. Right. And I also was bored. I was trying to distract myself, and I wasn't talking to any boys because recently I think boys are distracting.
From I feel like just work?
Yeah, like I like try to convince myself that I had a crush on this like comedian guy a couple months ago, which was a terrible idea. And of course, like in 2-3 weeks, it ended weird, and I was upset about it. And I was like, the fact that I'm putting any energy in my head being upset.
I know, but it's so hard not to.
Out of boredom.
But it's so hard not to. It's so hard not to, because I'll think about this. I'll be like, is it more productive to be in a relationship or to be single? There's no answer to that, because when I'm single, I'm thinking about going on dates, and then I'm going on dates. So I don't know in my head, I'll be like, well, if I was single, I'd wake up, I'd work out, I'd go to therapy, I'd eat, I'd write a script, I'd do my audition, I'd do da-da-da. That's not ever been the case when I'm single.
You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of like getting hurt and then being upset. Yeah. And because that affects my work. Me dating, me talking to dudes, fine. But if
I see what you're saying.
If I get upset about something, and the ones, I'm not talking about 3-year relationships. I'm talking about the bullshit guy that you thought liked you, let him in, we're like, I run this shit, and then like just bullshit that I do because I'm bored, and I end up getting in my head about. So I've been like, no boys. But
relatable.
3 days, thank you. We're
relatable.
Connecting.
I'm connecting. Yeah, I can do it. But it's relatable, because especially when you're first dating or whatever it is, or there's excitement or you have a crush, then something gets misinterpreted and you're like, oh, I thought that we were one thing, or I thought you liked me, or I like you, and then it makes you overanalyze it.
What recently happened is I met a guy, and I was doing my thing where I'm like, oh, I want him to be my like boy toy. But my boy toy means like I talk to you all the time, I love on you, but I don't want to be in a relationship, because the guy like lived with his parents. Like it wasn't he didn't have his shit together, and I was like loving it, and we're having so much fun, and I literally didn't even tell anyone about him, like my parents or anything, because I was not in a position to date him. And like 3 weeks in, he's like, hey, I don't want to hurt you, like I don't think we should do this. And I'm like, I thought we were fucking and having fun. And he's like, I'm not feeling it in that serious way. And I'm like, neither am I. Right. Literally, neither am I.
And then what did he say?
And he was just like, yeah, I think we're better off as friends. And I was like, okay, well, we're not gonna be friends. So.
Also,
I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like,
why would we want to be friends?
I want to be friends because I liked how you dicked me down, and you live with your parents, so you didn't like.
That's some good dick down. If he's living with his parents, that's when someone's good at sex.
That's some like support. You're a supported dick. Like you go back and you get your laundry done and shit. I don't have to worry about you.
Right.
I just think it's funny. Like I wasn't thinking of it seriously, and then I cried because I was like, why am I missing these like. And why did I even go for that kind of guy? Anyway.
What do you think really happened, though? Because why the hell would he not want that? You think he got back with an ex? I'm sure you've thought about
it. Do you actually want to know? I'm going to end trouble. I asked Andrew Collin what happened.
Okay.
And he said, verbatim, he was like, hey, what happened with you and Hannah? And he said that he saw the film Uncut Gems, and it shook him.
The one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
With Adam Sandler?
Oh, wait. What's... okay.
It's like the wild one with like stock market or something. I didn't watch it.
I thought that there was this is a new movie. Oh, I haven't seen this. This came out in 2019. I was thinking of the one about blood diamonds. Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, Uncut Gems. Okay, so he saw it,
and he was like, it shook me, and I realized I need to get my life together. And apparently, I wasn't part of that point. I'm like, bro, what the fuckity fuck?
Like you also, he couldn't share that with you, I guess. I kind of feel like you would have understood. Maybe people don't know how to have support. Maybe sometimes people don't know how to have support in their lives, or they've had bad relationships, and then they think, this is what someone said to me. A girlfriend said, you don't know how to have people be on your team.
I think now you're projecting your shit onto me.
Right? No, not you. Him. Him, not you.
Oh.
Him, not you.
You're right. These are like, that makes no sense. So there had to be deeper issues going on. But also, I was crying because I was like, how could he so clearly see that we're not good when I didn't see it, and I saw a future of us like hanging out for 6 months.
Right.
But then part of me is like, wasn't a good plan either. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep it casual. It's like really, especially when sex is involved. Or I find it hard to be casual. It would be him who can't have people on his team. That was 100% him. If he can't have that because of Uncut Gems, that's intimacy issues. Serious.
I love guys with intimacy issues. This is my problem too, that I'm only want to get fucked by guys who have emotion like me. So that's also it. It's like, oh, I don't want to date, but I want you to have emotion. I want us to be emotionally connected when we have sex. So that's a lose-lose, Hannah.
Right.
So fast forward 3 days ago, I go on Raya because why not?
Something like it because you get in trouble if you say it.
Yeah.
Raja. I'll beep it out. Raja.
Or I go on Hinge too because I was scrolling through all the people I didn't respond to because I just don't respond. Like I was really in a bad, like, I don't want to.
You're circling back.
Yeah.
You circle back on the apps.
This one guy was cute. And I messaged him.
What did you message? What's your message? What's your opening line?
My opening lines, I'm actually pretty good at it. I like to keep it really short and something specific that you see.
Okay, nice.
Like if
I fucking sucked at it.
Oh.
I sucked. I'd be like,
but
hey, how's it going?
You're so good at writing. No.
Not at that.
No.
I know. Really bad.
How's your weekend? No. Or like hey, I really like that shirt. Or hey, you're really cute. No. Stop it.
What are you exclamation marks? What are you supposed to say?
Oh my God, I wish I could be you on dating apps and like typed it.
If I'm ever single again, I'll give you my phone to do it because I fucking sucked at it.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great YouTube video. More content.
Please.
I basically will see something specific. Like if a guy like posts that he's like at the gym more than twice, I'll be like, do you work out?
Right.
Like, so you do something snarky that'll start a conversation, and guys are so competitive, they have a little like, or like, this is so simple, if he like has a Ohio State shirt on, I'll be like, Buckeyes suck dick or something.
Right.
Like, just
something cute.
And get some emotion from them and make it specific to them. But also never a full sentence, always short, you didn't really give a shit, you're not going to overthink it.
Don't use so no punctuation.
You can, but no exclamation marks ever.
Fuck!
It's my rule. But it comes off way too like,
right.
Jazz hands.
Right.
And that energy is not good in the beginning.
Right. Also, if it's the more masculine energy doing it, it could seem like angry or desperate.
Yeah, and you're not an exclamation mark person in real life.
But on text, I'm always like, hey, exclamation point. Or I'll go, yay.
Why are you saying yay?
I say yay in text. Is that bad? I used to fucking suck at online dating. If I could meet someone in person, then we're fucking good. But online dating,
because in person you're not like over the top, annoying, happy. You're like
I'm cool on
a
date.
You're just like chill as fuck, like badass bitch, you know? Yeah, with your headphones. Yeah. Oh my God, he's so
Anna's
cute.
making my day. Thank you.
I'm the man one. So I've been working on that. So we'll talk about that later. I bombed in front of Emma and doing an
No, you did not. Hannah did an impression. It was actually really good.
I did a really good, you know, like you're thinking of what they're thinking during it and you miss your marks. That's what happened. But so he had messaged me 3 times.
And you hadn't responded once.
No, but it was funny. Like he was like, can I tell you a joke? And then he was like, okay, I guess I won't tell you a joke. And then he was like, let's go back to just how was your week or something. And I was like, what's the joke?
Right.
And
how spread out were his messages? Was it all at once or it was like over a course of a couple months?
It was over like a couple weeks.
Okay.
And he's 6'5".
Nice. Jeez.
And that's pretty much all I cared about. I just
that is
love
fucking
large men.
Tall.
I love a huge man to make me feel like a dainty little flower.
Could a big man have a little penis? Isn't that physically possible?
Yeah, it is possible.
Less likely, but possible.
Less likely. Sometimes they have an average sized dick, but it looks smaller because they're so big.
Right.
Look,
Right.
we're learning here. You
Right.
should write like
It makes
you're like,
total
"Oh,
sense.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. That's the worst. That
So
makes
we're
total
gonna-
sense.
This is looking good, but it gets dark.
Okay.
So he ends up somehow getting me. We start texting like off the app. which
Right.
is
And is
great.
he based in New York?
No, he's
Okay.
he's in Florida right now, and
Okay.
he was a former NFL player, and I like former. I don't want to fuck with these athletes. I like a guy who like knew the hustle.
Right.
And now he could like settle down. He's not gonna
Totally.
cheat.
Love a former because they're reflecting back. They're kind of
Yes.
retired. Remember when I
They've
did
been
this?
humbled a little because no one gives a fuck who they are anymore.
Right.
They're,
Free time.
They're broken down. You can
Yep.
build them back up.
Maybe a couple head injuries. All the things you're looking for.
We started bonding a little because he was like, I saw your reality show, and I was like, I'm sorry, you probably lost a couple brain cells. Then I was like, then again, that is what you did for a living.
Hey, if you had any left, you fucking idiot. And did he not like that?
He actually laughed.
Oh,
so
good.
we actually, so
you're vibing.
We're vibing, which is
Yeah.
weird because like, but also, you know how many times you think you're vibing when you're not vibing?
Yes.
And then when you actually vibe, you're like,
Totally.
I always think I'm vibing. I like say like, what's up? And I'm like,
fucking killed it. Yeah, we got chemistry, especially with online, especially if you're attracted to the person. Absolutely.
yeah.
But you
So-
guys were actually vibing.
We were vibing, and they text me the next day, and I don't love texting all day, but we're still texting. And then he says something to me towards later in the night, and he's just like, by the way, like, this is like 1,000% the most fun conversation I've had in a long time with anyone.
Great
And I was
compliment.
I was like, I haven't had that kind of feeling in a long time. Your girl's bruised, your girl's emotionally shut off. So
It's a
then
great compliment.
I was feeling myself, and I'm also on the computer, so I'm like, I'm feeling good. Why don't I just check Twitter?
Of course.
Because let's just check Twitter.
Right.
Start reading some of the tweets, and I start spiraling.
Some
And
of
I'm
his tweets or some of the tweets that were mean about you?
tweets that are mean about me.
Damn.
And I just checked Twitter. Like, I just was feeling free and, like,
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Right.
But I've been telling myself not to. So then I get in the shower, and I had
How many of them did you read?
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
When
Too
I was
many.
with my therapist said, when I was doing that, what was the word? Fuck, I'll get the word for you. There was some word she had about when I did that. Because she was like, if you didn't stop and you kept going and it's not productive, I mean, obviously self-destruct, it's not good. It's just not good.
It's not good. But you feel, like, aware. You're like, I want to know how people are
Yeah,
feeling.
you want to
No.
know.
But no. And it's funny because it's always when you do something great in your career, like you probably have done like a set on TV, and that's where like the YouTube comments come in, and it's hard, and you're like, but this is what you wanted. So I get in the shower. I'm also about to I just got my period right now.
I just got
So
mine too.
This is, oh my God, I love when we sync.
Yep.
Zoom
And I
sync.
get very emotional around mine. And
I'm not angry. I get very like in my head and like cerebral and like philosophical. So I get in the shower, which is prime cry spot.
Yep.
And I'm like, Hannah, just cry. You've been bullied for 2 weeks on national TV, and people think you're a horrible person.
Have you responded
Cry.
publicly about it too?
No, you're like, well, that's also like when I'm doing this podcast, it's not technically allowed. I'm probably gonna get a call about it, but I don't care. Point is like all I want to do in life is be heard. That's what I do.
Totally,
in my career.
totally. That's
So
why
the fact
editing
that
is a real shit show. Right.
And then you can't defend yourself. So I'm
Right.
just sitting there getting yelled at, and I feel so, and as a control freak, I feel so, ugh! So I get in the shower, and I'm like, just cry. And then I realize I'm not letting myself cry. And then I start crying because I realize I never let myself cry. My whole life, I've never let myself cry. So I start crying, and I'm like, you always have to be so strong. You always have to stop me. And I was
Good
up
for you.
all yesterday just crying.
That's great.
And then I was talking to my mom today, and I was just like, I just reflect on all these things in my life. I think I'm going to go back to therapy.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I was like, I'm talking to this guy too. And I was like, I think he kind of sparked it. And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, when he said that nice thing, I got this feeling again, like when I was younger and I had like cute relationships before they all burned.
Right.
And I was like, I think I got scared that like, and sad.
Well, it felt
like-
innocent too. It's like an innocence when you're very talking to someone, especially after you've dated a bunch, you're like, okay, I kind of can see how things tend to go, but it's still
Yeah, I'm 28
then-
now. I've had
right.
8 serious relationships are kind of serious. So he said something nice like that, and I'm like, this isn't gonna last forever.
Right.
So
Did
that's
you tell him you thought that?
Oh God, no, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I'm more like, once you know me, I'll be like, I just cry in the shower for 40 minutes, but I'm at the point with him still where he's like, how's your day? And I'm like, yeah, just pet my cat, you know?
Right, chilling. So things are still good with him.
Yeah, things are great.
Oh, great. I thought he was going to have done something shitty.
No,
I thought
you
you were
3
going to
days
have Googled
in.
him and then he was going to come out something.
Oh, that's happened before. But I'm psychotic because I literally am like 6'5", so charming, so cool to talk to over text. YouTubed him a little, saw how he talks. So I was like, I'm like, sold.
Totally. I do that every time I start. I'll picture how we break up even. I'll be like, I picture us being together, and then I picture something not working out, and then one thing leads. You want to hear? I don't know what's making me think of this, but I had this fear that like I couldn't be in a relationship because what if someday Taylor Swift wants to date? So I was like, I know that sounds really crazy.
How old were you when this happened?
Oh, like
a week ago.
Like this is recently. Like I was like feeling a little bit stressed about that because
Is Taylor your type?
No, I don't even like blondes at all. But I love her, and I never have a crush on straight women either. But there's something about her that I don't know. I like love her. Maybe I'm getting confused as a fan. I love her.
The documentary was amazing.
I only watched parts of it. I just love her so much. I think she's so cool.
Yeah. Side note, what I like about your current girlfriend, as long as it's not a new one, she's the makeup. She does makeup.
The makeup artist is great.
So what I love about her is a lot of the time you'll be with people and you kind of low-key are like, they're mine. I hope they gain some weight, you know, like settled in. And you have had a glow up, honey.
Oh, like, thank you. I appreciate that.
You do. I just feel like your skin looks amazing.
Oh,
your
thanks,
hair.
Accutane, motherfucker. Yeah, she does my hair. She helps with all that. I've been getting Botox through the butt, which now that because of quarantine, we'll see how long quarantine lasts because the Botox is going to fade.
I love that we're going to see what people actually look like. We talked about this. You were like, I just want enough that I still can like have expressions, but like just a little to give you a little highbrow look.
Right. Yep. Are you going to FaceTime with this guy, you think?
Okay, so then I was telling my mom, because we're quarantined together, and I tell her everything anyway. I should stop pretending it's just because we're quarantining. I would have called her anyway.
I tell my mom fucking everything, and she's like, okay, I get it. Keeping you updated. I bought stocks. I bought like $30 worth of Smile Direct Club just for no fucking reason. Every day I'm calling her and giving her an update. Because I bought it for $5 a share, and now it's down to $4.23. But I was like, I think it's going to be big because when the economy gets back, people are going to want to fix their teeth again. So I've been letting her know what's happening.
So
every day I'm calling her. Every day. Because my girlfriend was like, I don't want to hear it. Smile Direct Club.
Dude, moms take the brunt of like all our annoying qualities.
She can
like,
give a fuck.
With my friends, I act so cool, and then I call my mom, and I'll have like 70 repetitive anxiety thoughts that don't make sense.
Yep.
And to my friends, I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
and my mom, I'm like,
together. Things are not okay.
And like, do you think it was weird that I called this person Mr. and then his first name? My mom's like, that's not weird. And then I'll ask her like 100 times throughout the day. I'm like, are you sure? You would tell me if it was weird.
Do you call her that much when you have a boyfriend?
I mean, sometimes I know I like a guy when I'm not checking my phone and I'm not calling my mom.
Yeah.
But you know, once the calls start coming, it's probably not going well because I'm trying to figure some stuff out.
Yeah. I got to do something.
And then once my mom gets involved, it's over.
Right. Then we're done.
She's made me break up with multiple men.
She has? I was going to ask if she, because that's interesting. My mom's never made me do that, but I would trust her opinion. Like,
what happened is I was in a relationship where I was like, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And then I spent a lot of time with her for like, we had like a long weekend, and I just poured my heart out to her, and she was like, that's an abusive relationship. You're not going to his house on Monday. And I was
wow.
Like, but I told him I am. And she goes, yeah, you're going to call him right now. And you're saying you're not going, and it's over.
Good
and
for her.
But I didn't do it because she said it. It was more like she gave me the confidence to be like, I'm not crazy. I'm not happy. I need to end this. And she stood there.
Wow. Like, she intervened.
And he never knew that.
Yeah. You know, because if you say, well, my mom said, then they can get in your head and be like, well, you listen to your parents and you don't need to da-da-da. How does your mom react to you being on TV now?
It's funny because I've had a previous career to this, like my tennis career,
Right.
which was, my parents were very involved in. Like, imagine since I was 12 years old, the family would travel around, we'd play tournaments, and it was lots of ups and downs, so many tears, high highs, low
Right.
lows. And after all of that, my parents, like, they've already, and I've had, like, in tennis, I had a similar, like, tennis world's very small. When you're doing well, when you get a sponsor, there's clout, there's articles about you.
I forget how long you did tennis too. I mean, that's a whole, going to someone's games, all of that whole lifestyle, being an athlete, that's really a lifestyle for everybody too.
And they were like my management, technically.
Right.
And that's,
oh,
so like she would book all my tournaments. She would go through, like,
Really?
like, go to every practice, be picking up balls while I'm training. We were so
Wow.
close. And it caused like some turmoil with the family, because like,
sure.
they're the people who love me, when I lose a match and feeling like me losing would upset them, sometimes it was like a lack of unconditional love.
Right.
But it was just them being so passionate in
Right.
what I was doing.
As a game too.
As a game.
Right.
And now that's why people are like, how do you deal with Hannah, like, being on TV and like sitting on guys' faces in hot tubs and all this stuff? And my mom just laughs and she goes, I just want her to be happy. And I always knew she was gonna do something weird, and she's doing it. They're very simple like that. They're just like happy that we watch it every week. They're very supportive. They listen to all my podcasts.
Oh my God.
All of them. My dad today was basically like, look, I don't understand why you have to be so abrasive. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, why did you just say like you wanted a better emotional connection? Why'd you say you want to get fucked? And I was like, I did say I want a better emotional connection and I want to get fucked. And he's like, I know, but why do you have to say fucked? And I'm like, Dad, I'm empowering women to say that they can get fucked. We had like a full 20-minute conversation. He's like, can you just not use the word fucked? I'm like, what are you going to say, make love? The point is I just want to get fucked.
To your dad?
Yeah, because I'll turn it on him in a second. I go, you're a fucking douchebag who like slept with how many girls in college and whatever, and you're
Right.
lucky you met my mom, or
Right.
you'd be on the streets right now.
Right.
So I'll turn on them in a second. We're all
And he's like,
adults here.
okay, fine. He's like, okay, fine. What were you like as a kid? I was trying to picture you, because the only pictures I could find online, I Googled you, was from tennis, but like I was trying to picture you as a little kid. Were you like a happy little kid?
I was like happy, but I was very goofy. Like whenever they'd have a camera, like I'd show up and just be like,
Ooh,
And
so you're like the
then-
class clown.
I was the class clown,
So
but
was
I
I.
also was very competitive. So I had a focus side where when they were like, okay, it's time for a project, you'd see me like quiet in the corner, like psychopath. But I feel like these creative minds like us, we deal with a lot of anxiety and turmoil, but we also get freed from it with like laughter and goofiness.
Oh,
So it's
totally.
that balance.
I actually have been like a little bit less depressed during quarantine, because I was pretty depressed right before it.
Same.
Which is interesting. I think it's also not having any FOMO, because before I was like, I was always thinking, I'm doing this, but I should be doing that, or I'm on the road, I should be focusing on a relationship, or I'm in a relationship, I should be working. And now it's just like, cut, you know? Are you going to FaceTime with this guy? Sorry, go for it.
Oh yeah, no, I was asking my mom, I was like, so part of me is like, why haven't you asked me for a FaceTime date yet?
Yeah.
And then part of me is like, no one knows how to navigate this.
Right.
Like if it was just go to a bar, he would have asked me already.
Because what would a FaceTime date be? I think a FaceTime date would literally just be you guys FaceTiming.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, I guess you could have like champagne or something.
Part of me is like, what if I FaceTime him and I don't like him? And then
Then you'd have no distractions. I think you should FaceTime him. And
you think I should wait? And
no,
like,
I think you should see if he wants to
banter?
FaceTime. Be like, let me know if you want to. Be like, I'm really busy the next couple days. Quarantining. That sucks that excuse can't happen anymore.
A fight with my plant the next 2 days.
Yeah, I'm talking to my pillow, and they are bipolar. Woo! Not being able to say I'm busy as an excuse to not do something is pretty.
The hardest thing for me is getting off a phone call, but now I've been like, I have a Zoom meeting. But also, yeah, someone just asked me to like do some stupid stand-up thing that like I don't want to do.
Have you done a Zoom show yet?
That's what they just asked me. I don't really want to do it.
So I did one. It was for a college, and it was actually fun. But I was getting paid the same college rate. That was why I did it, and it really was fun.
I think this is for free.
But it made me want to do one. I think I would do one for free too now.
Well, that's my question. you've been doing I'm like a year into stand-up. You've been doing stand-up forever.
Right.
Is it weird for you to not be doing it every night?
I haven't missed it. I don't know what that means. But I was putting so much pressure on myself about, I was like, I'm not writing enough. I'm not doing enough. Why hasn't this happened? And there was no fun in it. So I hadn't really been writing or having fun with it for a little while anyway.
Yeah.
So it was just like a pretty like constant thing of, I mean, I would have fun at live shows when I would, especially if someone came out to it. I love meeting people like that, but I hadn't, it was like any sliver of fun was so like bastardized by pressure I was putting on myself that I don't know what that means. So I hadn't missed it. Do you miss
every
it?
Comedian I've talked to has said that. And I think it's because we've never gotten a break.
This is the longest break I've ever had since, but I stopped.
And it's a break that everyone has.
Everybody has, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm taking a break for a month, but other people are getting more like time on stage.
Exactly. Are you missing it?
I felt this. Well, I actually had started my first tour ever the week before.
Oh, fuck!
I went to Dynasty Typewriter in LA, and then I played Cobb's Comedy, it sold out.
That's so fun.
It was the first time I was like, oh, we have something here.
Yeah,
people want to hear me talk.
That's the best feeling in the world too when a stand-up show clicks.
Yeah, and I have about like 40 minutes of material, and I end up with like a Q&A, which is basically like crowd work.
I love a Q&A.
Dude, Q&As.
My favorite part.
And I have my opener run around, and so he's like, we're bantering.
That's great.
And the girls, I have them say their name and their sign, and then they ask me something, and then I like just go off on tangents. It's so fun. And then I had a bunch of stuff planned, but I'm not sad about it at all. I'm like, it's gonna happen if it's meant to be. Right,
I agree. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, I love a Leo. I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, we're great.
Yeah, I love a Leo.
We go way back.
What do you date? Who do you usually date?
Oh God.
Because I'm supposed to date a Leo or a, I forget, but I usually date Tauruses, and then I don't. And Ashley is an Aries, and we work well. What do you date?
So I shouldn't date Cancers or Virgos, but I keep finding Cancers and Virgos, and I just found out this guy I'm talking to is a fucking Virgo.
Fuck!
But I think Virgos are better than Cancers.
How'd you find out? Did you look it up?
Hell yeah. I know everything about the dude. I know everything. I know his high school lacrosse percentages from the school.
He's going to mention your ex, and you'll be like, yeah, she just got a haircut. And he'll be like, how do you know that?
Especially in quarantine. Like, what else do I have to do? I've like scrolled to his tweets down to like 2007.
You're going to be like,
that was racist, but.
Even if you and him don't work out, you're going to be like, we're not going to work out, but you need to delete that tweet because someone's going to come after you at some point. Just so you know. And he'll be like, how did you find that? I got more free time than you.
And the other day, people are always getting in trouble with tweets. And my friend the other day was like, I looked at the first tweet I ever wrote, and it was, playing Frisbee's pretty gay. And I like, because back in the day, that was a perfectly acceptable thing.
Playing Frisbee is pretty gay. Did they delete it?
Yeah, but it's just so funny that like
that's amazing.
That's just a very common thing that at the time period
totally
people would have been like
yeah, like ha ha ha, yeah, it is.
A little wrist fleck, you know?
Right, yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite jokes is Rory Scovel's bit about playing Frisbee and his
I haven't
Netflix
seen it.
special. It's really
I
a
gotta
Netflix
see
special.
That because I haven't watched any comedy. I've been watching true crime. I want to watch Louis C.K.'s special. I want to see it. I'm curious. Yeah. I'm just curious. Yes. Have you seen it?
You can get canceled by saying that.
I know I can. I want to see it. I just am curious to see it. I wish there was a way I could.
Have you been writing new material?
No. Have you?
I'm very happy you said that because I started and I was like, I even like signed up for like some stand-up seminar type class where I was like, I'm gonna learn more because I never.
Oh, I'd fucking love to sign up for a seminar.
Dude, I'm kind of like very
send me the link.
I haven't done it, but like I paid like $15. No, it's like a stand-up class. You don't fucking.
No, I want to do it. I'm taking an acting class.
I just want to see if I don't know any. Like I obviously don't know a lot of things, so I want to see what I don't know.
Any practice is good practice unless you're just driving in circles, which I don't think this is. I would take a stand-up class just to have a forum. I'm taking the acting class. Nothing's worse than that.
I've actually never taken a stand-up class.
I've taken a couple.
People will be like, "Oh, I started a stand-up class," and I'm like, I feel like they know things I don't know.
Yeah, so they teach all the tips and tricks.
Also, do you know what I tell people?
What?
I don't know if I should. I told people, I go, Emma Willmann was actually one of the people that told me I should do stand-up.
I did!
You commented on my Instagram post once.
I did, because you were writing
stand-up.
jokes. Because I'm so not a writer, so then when I was reading your things, I'm like, I don't usually, whatever I was reading, I guess it's nothing to do that, whatever I was reading, I was like, oh, you're posting jokes. You could say the jokes.
And Emma, you're one of my, like, I respect you very highly as a stand-up. I mean, I don't... Acting, I could do without. No, I'm just kidding.
No, let me tell you, I didn't get into an acting class the other day. I didn't get in. I auditioned over Zoom, and this guy goes, you're going to need to do one-on-ones first. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Did I close the laptop? Fuck.
Does he know that you're on a fucking CW show?
He didn't. We've done some one-on-ones. I was a little bit rusty. I bombed the audition, basically, is what happened. I, like, hadn't prepped it at all, and I was just, like, reading it, and then I looked up, and it's this, like, sassy gay guy who's just like, When gay men are mean, they're so fucking mean, too. So
My
mean.
last podcast on Berning and Hell I did with you, you told me how you got in a fight with your gay friend, and they get away with way meaner
they get away with way more. Oh, yeah, that was, I actually remember that. Yeah, this was actually a similar type of situation. He was like, you would be perfect for playing, like, a bitch. And I was like, I'm actually not very bitchy. And he's like, that's what I feel. And I was like, all right, like, have you done any
I'm going to repeat
stuff?
that in my head for like two days of what that means. What's funny is the first time I wrote stand-up, I looked at all my tweets and I put them in categories. I said, boys being tall, napping, cats, overeating.
Yep.
And
then that just the core of who you are just broken down? You're like, oh,
just broke it down. And then I took some of them, I was like, that's just a tag. Some of them I was like, that's a punchline. Some of them I was like, that's a story. That's a long
those are the things that they teach you in the class.
Okay, because that's just what I did, and I thought that I was, like, not cheating, but I was like, there's definitely more. Like, I didn't understand, like, premise, and then...
If it's something that you write,
it's
not
naturally.
Cheating. Yeah, and jokes, that's how people, when they say it's dissecting something backwards, to then do it more forward. So if that's naturally how you tell jokes, then you're just learning it the other way around. Does that make sense? It's been a spiral for me because I started last April and I basically just put my head down. I've been grinding like little bar shows and basement shows and like just because like if I'm going to do something, I want to do it the right way. And I'm surrounded by so many cool comedians that I respect that I'm like, I can't skip anything. That's what I miss about New York the most. Because I miss that.
How we put each other down constantly.
Yeah. It is. I miss that when this is all done, I want to spend a lot of time back in New York. I just want to be back in New York a little bit because I miss that. I really miss New York.
The people or New York?
Both. And the idea of it too, especially knowing that it's all in lockdown and like no one, like, are you taking walks and stuff? Because I've seen pictures of New York. It's done.
New York, I have, my family has a place in Shelter Island. So I'm in this like house.
Where is Shelter Island? Is that the gay island?
No, that's Fire Island.
Oh, you're away. Oh, good for you. Oh, so you get to go near the beach and stuff.
Yeah, like outside.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I'm happy for you.
I live in a studio apartment in Queens. I would have pulled my brains out.
Right. Oh, good.
But with the writing, when I first got in quarantine, I go, I have so much time now to write. Because, you know, it's hard. I write like a little.
Oh, totally. Bit. Like, I'm so busy. I can't listen to recordings. I don't get to work on my stand-up.
Because we don't have any performances coming up, I've had I've been creating different kinds of content. I've been creating the content that people want right now, which is funny videos, tweeting.
TikTok!
TikToks!
She's TikToking.
I haven't done stand-up in like a month. And someone's like, do Zoom tomorrow? And I was like, fuck, I have to practice.
Well, I didn't think I would remember anything. And then I did. Yeah. But I would do some writing stuff with you if you want to try to do stuff. Yeah, I would love to do some writing.
Honestly, I'm still down to write like a web series.
Oh, please. I would love to.
Do you know who's really inspired me?
Who?
I don't know how you're going to feel, but Lil Dicky kind of inspired me.
So I don't know much about him, but I saw the previews for his show and I was blown away at the level of original star he was. But I don't know anything about him, but I was blown away.
I think that comedy sometimes has such a rule book to it. Yeah. And in fact, I love that this guy is just so creative, knew he wanted to write a TV show, but was a funny rapper. Like, the fact that he had no, like, I think plans are so not creative. And he got
Chris Brown to be in his music. Like, that, when he did that, I didn't know that was him that did the Freaky Friday. Like, imagine him talking Chris Brown into doing that. Like, that's so fucking cool.
As a reality person starting stand-up, I've dealt with a lot of hate.
Yeah.
So or people being like, you don't deserve to, headline until you've had 3 years of...
And did people explicitly say this to you, or is it something
People
you
basically
felt?
would say stuff like, just because you're getting this doesn't mean people think you're funny, or like that kind of thing. Or like, just people who know you think you're funny, or that kind of stuff. But that drove me to go to basements and be like, I'm going to try not to bomb in front of 4 people who don't know who I am.
Right.
And it drove me.
Right.
And I'm good with it. Honestly, it's way better than the Twitter hate I've been getting.
Sure.
Because also, at the end of the day, these people are, like, also pushing me, too. Like, all of it's been out of care, not hate. Some male comedians just accidentally say it a little too, like...
Oh, 100%. Right.
You're feeling attacked.
Yeah.
But they're overall saying, Hannah, you don't want to just get on shows because you have a big following. You want people to actually respect you. And I said 100%.
Right. That's very different from Twitter hate, which is, like, a blind, like... kill yourself, you goddamn fill in the blank, and you're like...
And those are the same people that, like, after a good set will be like, hey, I'm proud of you, that was good.
Right.
So that's what I do like about New York. They're real as fuck.
100%.
So that's why I don't... Oh, yeah, the Little Dicky. Imagine if he was like, I want to write a comedy show on FX. People would be like, you need to have 7 years of stand-up experience, and then you have to write 4 other shows. And this kid was like, no. And I met Andrew Santino when I went out to LA.
Yep.
And I don't know, I just think...
Oh, he's on Little Dicky's show, isn't he? Yeah.
So I just love his lack of rules.
Sure.
And part of me is like, it was very inspiring for me to be like, oh, I don't have to, wait for someone to tap on me and be like...
I mean, you really don't have to now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I told Amanda Seales she shouldn't move to LA years ago because we used to live near each other in Harlem, and she was like, I really want to move to LA. And I was like, no, you got to stay in New York and do stand-up a little more. She's like, I just don't like it here. And then she moved, and I lived with her for a couple weeks in LA. I was writing on something, her show. And I was like, are you sure you feel okay that you moved out here? And then like 3 years later, she's like super fucking, maybe 4 years, not very long. She was like, there are just no rules to it. Cause I was like, but you gotta do this amount of time in New York. This is how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. But that's also anxiety speaking, because you're trying to control the future. You're trying to control the future, being like, if I put 7 years in New York hating myself, then I deserve success. And then when you don't get it, you get fucking mad. And that's why all these comedians are so angry all the time.
Amen. And then you get to year 8 and you're like, wait a minute, fuck. Let me ask you a first date question. But first, do you remember, I'll ask you 2 first date questions. Do you remember your very first date, like your real first date?
Yeah, I have a really funny one, yeah.
It doesn't have to be funny. It can be whatever it is. There's no right or wrong, but I appreciate that. There's no right or wrong.
I remember my first date in high school.
Okay. High school is like, that's like really exciting too, because like everyone's got their like friends they're telling about it. And yeah. Who was the person? So
basically, I was at a tennis academy in Florida where I had my first kiss, which was just like a random guy. And it was very traumatizing. It was like eating an oyster. I like Listerine'd afterwards. Really? You look in the mirror and you're like, I'm not innocent anymore.
Because you did the kiss, or you didn't like him?
Because I'm a prude.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not an angel. Oh, let a man go inside my mouth. So then I went back to New York City because I couldn't deal with the tennis academy anymore. I missed my family. And I went mid-year junior at a school in the Upper West Side called Beacon. They didn't have a girls' tennis team, so they put me on the boys' tennis team. Oh. And I coming from this tennis academy, and there was this cute Bengali kid. He's like a tough Queens kid, very talented on the tennis team. And he said he didn't like me because he thought I was this like stuck-up, spoiled tennis brat. But we got put on a mixed doubles team together. And we like, it's a real team. Like, you start having to trust each other. You have to have each other's back. And he would just, like, give me shit all the time. And I was like, I think I like him.
Isn't that how you're supposed to flirt? Isn't that what they tell that guys to do when they're younger? Like,
negging.
Guys, like, negging, exactly.
Yeah, it's an art form. It's a delicate art form.
You gotta do that shit right.
I think because he didn't like me at first, it made me, like, interested in him. And then
of course.
He was so funny, he was cool, and then we started, like, really we'd win all the time, and finally he asked me to go see a movie with him, which hate movie dates. Hate.
I don't even
Because
know
you're
if I've
not
ever
connecting.
for a first date. That's probably one of the worst because I've never been on one for a first date ever.
Because I think in high school you don't go to dinner. Like we didn't have money.
Right.
So
I was
it
gonna say
like,
high school is different. That makes more because your parents drop
yeah,
you
what
off.
we do, we would just hang out after school.
Right.
So I would hang out with him. Like we was in Columbus Circle, so we would like sit by that fountain in Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
Kids would have skateboarding. Like we were just one of those annoying teenage kids hanging out there. And he was like, "Let's go see a movie."
Did
I remember,
did you know it was a date?
Yeah, this was when like we both started to realize we liked each other, and we were hanging out all the time. Like after school, we hadn't kissed though, and he was like, "Come to the movies," and I was like, "We're gonna kiss." You know those movies where you literally like, "Why'd I pay for this?" Because you're just like sucking face the whole time.
Right.
So I'm like, but I hadn't really kissed that many guys. No, I kissed like one or two guys. So I was nervous.
Of course.
We get in. We were seeing the movie The Happening with Mark Wahlberg. It was
doesn't sound romantic.
Terrible like horror
Never even heard of
movie.
it. I'm gonna Google it.
It was terrible. It probably has like 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Never heard of it ever. And I
don't
love
recommend
Mark
it.
Wahlberg.
I don't recommend it. So we're sitting there and like you can tell the whole time he's trying to figure out how to make a move and he just can't get it together. And I'm like, I'm not one to like throw myself in the very beginning. Like give me an opening and I'll be in. But he like, I think he kind of held my hand and then he wouldn't. And then he like touch my knee and then he wouldn't. And I started to actually get angry.
Yeah, because he's stressing you out too because he's like, just pull the trigger or don't.
And you know when you can't even focus to enjoy the movie because you're too aware of something. It's like you're listening to someone else's conversation. Right. You're like, what is this? Right. So finally the movie ends and we keep sitting there.
Oh, God.
And everyone leaves until like someone comes in to start to clean up and he turns and he tries to kiss me and I'm like, no. Woo! You had all movie to kiss me. You ruined the moment. You ruined it. And I was like, and nothing happened. The movie's called The Happening and nothing happened. It's boring. You didn't kiss me. And we like kind of left. And then I think we like sat in New York City's so weird. There was like a like community garden park area somewhere. And we like sat in on a bench and like kissed. So that was our first date. But I just remember that movie it was like an hour and a half of torture. You were just like, he's gonna do now.
Maybe it was like a really good movie. It's just that you were waiting for him to kiss you. So you're like, this fucking sucks.
No, because I remember being like, this is so stressful. Let's just enjoy the movie. And then as I started, I was like, no, this is worse than what's happening next to me.
Right. I can't do you know what that guy does now? Why'd you guys break up?
He probably teaches tennis. We broke up because I went to college at University of Wisconsin. He was still in New York. And I was kind of like, whatever. I think he teaches tennis or something.
That's a good fucking reason to break up. This is, and I'm going to ask you one of the first date questions. I've been shocked about what people put down for first date questions. The ones that I've been doing research that you're supposed to ask women are much better than the ones you're supposed to ask men. The ones you're supposed to ask men.
Creatures.
Yeah, the ones for men are like, what are you most proud of? But in like,
because everyone's so scared of scaring a man away if you ask them anything too emotional.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Because it's like if you, God forbid, ask like their feelings on their future or like your children or like men will fucking freak out, but women are more in touch with their emotions.
Okay, thanks for shedding light on that because I was like, okay, this was one for women. What are you See, I don't know how a guy would just like, so if we were on a date, I guess I'd be like, blah, 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 and I'd be like, oh, hi, and I'd be like, what, like, I don't know how they would ask us, be like, what are you reading at the moment?
Oh my God. So first of all, I don't read.
Yeah, I'd be like, if it was a date, I'd lie. I'd
say, a dude asked me that, I'd be like, I don't read.
Yourself.
And if you read, this isn't going to work out. However, because we're in quarantine, I do love buying books. I buy so many books, and I just love buying it because I feel like, I would have fun if I had the patience.
You bought you seriously buy the books?
I literally bought like a shit ton of books, and I'm going to show you one. but I love autobiographies of like strong women.
I love autobiographies of strong women.
I read all of Chelsea Handler's.
Yes.
I want to read Tina Fey's.
Yes. I love comedians ones too.
I love Mindy Kaling's was incredible. That's the only thing I read. But I recently bought Jessica Simpson's autobiography.
I want to read that so bad. I want to read that so bad.
I'm gonna show
I want to
you
read
the
that so
two
bad. I want to read that so bad. I want to read that so bad. I fucking love her. I love that she was addicted to drugs the whole time, and then she came out. Literally, there's no better button that she could have done to be like, because now she's rich as shit, to come out after all that and be like, oh, guys, like, I was drunk. Like, everyone's like, she's crazy. She's weird. She seems a little off. And she's like, I was fucked up out of my mind.
He's like, first of all, I'm smarter than all of you. I'm richer than all of you. And I was just a drunk-ass bitch trying to survive because I had mad trauma.
What's your excuse, you fucking morons? I want to read that book so bad. Jessica Simpson's she's like a billionaire. I actually forgot about that, and I need to order. I think I didn't have I don't know why I didn't order it, because I always just read like show business or whatever the fuck books. But Jessica Simpson, babe. See, if I was on a date and someone said that to me.
Sorry. So yeah, I'm reading, this is the Jessica Simpson book. And I'm also reading, I'm not reading, I bought it, and it's How to Date Men When You Hate Men.
Interesting.
And that was fun for me because I was telling recently I told my mom, I was like, I'm having trouble dating because like white men are just going through this time right now where like I'm mad at a lot of them, and like what they say, I'll be like, oh, that was such a white male thing to say.
Right.
And then you just piss them off and you're pissed.
Oh, you'll say that to them?
No, but in my head, I'm just like, even my brother sometimes will say something. I'm like, you can't. And he's an amazing person. I'm just like, white men are just, it's like a weird time for them, and it's not all of them are like.
Well, also, as you start to learn about the privilege stuff, which then you're like, oh, it's even a privilege for me to learn about it, because if I wasn't, it's like, if it's just put on you, then you don't get the chance to choose to learn about it.
But even with the whole Me Too shit, like guys even have never to be like, I don't even know how to flirt with women now. I'm just like,
don't sexually harass people.
I can't. So I've been sensitive with that.
Sure.
But I found it.
That's a cool name for a book.
How to Date Men When You Hate Men.
That's so funny.
But I said that, I go, Mom, I just like hate men so much right now. My dad looks at me seriously, and he goes, do you think you're heterosexual? And I was like, Dad,
that's the most straight thing I ever said.
I'm like, I hate you.
Thing. Yeah.
You're the reason why I hate men. I'm in therapy because of you. And I literally was like, Dad, don't you think that I would have come out by now?
Right.
Do you think I would have like fucked a girl by now? And he goes, you have to say the word fuck all the time.
I'd be like, back with the fuck. Like, yeah, and if I was gay, I'd be saying I want to get fucked and fuck them too. I'd be like, Jesus.
That honestly,
Christ.
at 28 years old, was like, seriously. Like, my mom understood what I was saying, and he goes, have you ever thought about maybe you might like women? And I'm like, Dad, you don't think I've like had these like I've gotten to where I'm at right now without ever crossing my mind? Right. Anyway, so that happened to me.
Oh man, you're having quite the.
And he was like trying to be. He was like, "Cause I love lesbians." I'm like, Dad, what? Shut up! I hate white men right now.
My dad called me. It was like maybe like a year ago. But he called and he was like, I just got a massage with your stepmother Ellie. We went to a spa, and the woman who massaged me was, she was clearly a lesbian. And she was great. And I was like, oh, great. And he was like, yep. So that's good. She was great. It's good. That's the end of the story. I was like, oh, cool. He's always trying to like insert that he is like okay with it. He was like, yeah, she was clearly a lesbian. And then I was at dinner at their place, and they had a couple come over, and it was a lesbian couple, and they didn't tell me it was a lesbian couple. And I was like, why didn't you guys mention? It's a math professor. And I was like, why didn't you mention she was a lesbian? He was like, why would I have? I was like, I don't know. I would have thought you would have.
No, it's weirder that you did it. It was weird that you thought it was weird to say.
Bragging about it a little bit. And he was like, oh, I'm just so cool.
He's like, oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I'm like, it was a very like butch femme type couple. And he was friends with the butch one. And then my stepmom did workout class with the femme one. Cute. Where can people find you online?
I love that he's trying.
He was trying. Where can people find all your stuff so they can tweet you some nice things?
Oh, very sweet of you. It's at Being Burns, BEING BERNZ. I have a podcast called Berning in Hell, BERN. It's a pun on my last name. And listen to Emma's episode. It's great. I'm going to have you on again for sure during this time.
Please,
and
anytime.
thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for.
I forgot we were on a podcast, to be honest.
Me too.
Oh, Emma.